let's go and find the zeros of this polynomial function. So first thing I'm going to do is replace my y with 0. And then the next thing I want to do is understand that even though this is a term to the 4th power minus 1, what I'm actually going to want to do is apply the difference of two squares. But to do that, I got to have two terms that are squared. So what I'm going to do is apply using some rules of exponents to kind of rewrite this expression, so therefore I can see the difference of two squares. Okay, so simply x squared raised to the 2nd power is going to be x to the 4th. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a great tip and technique to apply when you have terms that are raised to the 4th, the 6th, 8th, or 10th power. Always look to be able to rewrite them in terms of a difference of two squares if you can. If you can do that, you can apply this process. Now what I want you to see is I have a difference of two squares. You could think of this, or x squared as your a, and 1 going to be as your b. So now I can factor that down as a x squared minus 1 times a x squared plus 1. Now I can apply the zero product property for both of these. So since I don't have a long way to go, I'm just going to kind of do these vertically. I know as a teacher, it's not ideal, but hopefully you're with me. So remember, we have things in factored form equal to 0. You can set each of those equal to 0 separately. So 0 equals x squared minus 1. I already know by the difference of two squares, that's x minus 1 times x plus 1. So therefore, x equals a negative 1. Well, let's do positive 1 first, because you set this equal to 0. That's going to give you a positive 1. Set this equal to 0, and you get x equals negative 1. Now let's go and do our x squared plus 1 equal to 0. Now, unfortunately, in this case, understanding how to factor this with imaginary numbers might be a little too difficult for some students. The more you get used to it, it's actually not that bad. But another technique you could apply is just using what we call the square root method. Subtract a 1 on both sides. You get negative 1 equals x squared. Introduce the square root, which is fine. Just remember, when you introduce the square root, you have to do plus or minus. Also remember, the square root of negative 1 is what we call our imaginary unit I. So I'm going to get x equals a plus or minus I. So I have my two imaginary solutions here and my two real solutions here.